Hello and welcome to Doing Business in Rwanda. My name is Michael Mjisha. Now for the next 15 minutes, we tend to understand the role that is being played by startup accelerators in furthering development of the Rwandan economy. Now we've seen their role in helping emerging entrepreneurs start but also scale their businesses, and we tend to see how much they're moving forward with helping these businesses lower investment. This is Doing Business in Rwanda.
Rwanda has experienced growth of accelerators in the past 5 years. This has fostered entrepreneurs to find investment, mentorship, and in the long run, would not only disrupt markets, but also have social impacts.
What EFI Hub is trying to do is trying to put all the stakeholders under one umbrella. So all your leading investors, entrepreneurs, professionals, government intermediaries under the same platform who can join hands to help these businesses, especially in the emerging and frontier markets of the world, to reach to the next level. Scale the businesses, raise funds, and be the likes of Google and Facebook eventually. So this is just like stepping stone to help the entrepreneurs and businesses sort of flourish in these markets. We're currently mentoring 3 businesses in Rwanda. One is Mergems, which is absolutely a tech disruptor into the online payment sort of a platform. Second is DigiSchool, which is again in the tech space, and DigiSchool is providing online solutions or tech solutions to the schools, sort of building the online infrastructure of the school. And the third one is the Women's Bakery. With the Women's Bakery, we're working on their market expansion strategy, taking them to other parts of East Africa and India, and eventually the ambition is to replicate this model even in the developed part of the world like United States of America. So we're doing all of this with the businesses, but at the same point in time, we are also working with government intermediaries. So we're working with a few of the governments in the African region. We've presented a white paper on how a government can improve the investment policies, infrastructures in the region and attract more FDI into the region. So we're working on all the aspects. For EFI Hub, the government intermediary plays a very significant or a very pivotal role in the establishment of an accelerator in the region.
Numerous investments in sub-Saharan Africa are considered unbankable and sometimes even risky. However, investors do believe that there is much untapped potential in the nascent economies of sub-Saharan Africa, and these present investment opportunities.
When you have a growing population, another aspect is the spending capacity in the region. So the current consumer spend is $4 trillion, again expected to grow by 40% by 2025, so hitting $5.6 trillion. 89% of your spend is only from the 15 major cities in Africa. So there's so much of untapped potential out there as the market grows and economy grows. There's so much deeper penetration the companies can do if they enter in this market and leverage on that. Another very important aspect of being in this market is the economy and how it is growing, right? So a lot of countries like Ethiopia, Morocco, Senegal, Rwanda has grown at the rate of 5.8% between 2010 to 2015. So these are very stable economies. The region is moving from a lot of civil and political unrest towards a lot of, stabilizing in a lot of part of Africa. So, and lastly, government, a lot of countries in Africa, including Rwanda, where you have like a special, the promotion agencies, which works in place to sort of make the business process of doing business is very easy here. Like Rwanda, you can register a business in less than a day. Tanzania, the ease of doing business is also very high there. So a lot of countries in Africa are working towards that, which makes a very sort of a solid ground for growth, for investment.
Africa is getting stable, the middle class is growing. So we want definitely to be the Google for transaction in Africa, meaning in 5 years, we want someone who wants to say, okay, I want to buy something, who simply go on Mergems and find first, is this there? Because we guarantee, as I say, this safe transaction on both sides. And at the same time, we are a larger catalog offering more services and more products from or within Africa.
Accelerators like EFI Hub have positive addition to startup businesses worldwide. For the case of Rwanda, this goes beyond advisory services, as the accelerator does help with access to finance. But not only that, but also assists with being a conduit or a passage to other international markets that hastens business growth.
We have a lot of partnerships. That's how we've done all of our 4 projects here in Rwanda to date. So we have partnerships with some different nonprofit organizations, African Road, As One Ministries. We've worked with the Peace Corps here in Rwanda. And moving forward, we're also introducing some new kind of thought and strategic leadership partners like EFI Hub to help us with expanding our business ideas and getting this throughout the region and the world.
We have a very close and personalized assistance from them, where we had already 2 people from them who actively came to Rwanda and looked to our numbers, our financial projections, and our booking, our operation activities, and definitely are helping us to structure to get ready for our Series A round. We want to raise $500,000. So that's the first thing we appreciate compared to other accelerator program where we are like in a classroom. $500,000, yeah, US dollar. So so we needed them. We need a personalized assistance, and that's what you're getting from them. And secondly, we also have an advisory part from them, where, for example, how do we fix our technical issue of finding qualified people? So they helped us to figure out a way of producing our certain part of our technology outside of Rwanda in order to make it interesting for outside venture capital. As we said, it's all linked that can be separated. If you want to have $500,000, you have to have technology that is strong enough. But how do you produce that when you don't have qualified technicians? So they helped us definitely to figure out all those challenging issues that we needed to fix in order to be interesting for venture capital.
DigiSchool, Smart School Management System, is a startup business in the tech space, also mentored by EFI Hub. Although some schools have found it hard to understand the Smart School Management System and solution, DigiSchool is targeting 100 schools by harnessing the power of partnerships. This will be in partnership with the Rwanda Education Board that's expected to open up more opportunities.
Because here in Rwanda, you find that people, they don't even understand what you're trying to bring, even the solution. Even sometimes they ignore it because all they're looking is not about the impact it can bring in the school, but the money you're charging them or what you want to charge after. So my initiative program is like, I want all the public schools to have this program because it's going to facilitate the kids, the parents, whereby if you are a parent and you want to track your financial record, you want to see if your kid is going to school, is performing well, you will have to use that platform. It's going to show you everything, every single details and other school activities. So I believe that with the partnership with REB, you're going to reach another milestone whereby we are going to start 100 schools for piloting, and also after that we're going to be going to another phase of more schools. So, so far so good.
Regional connectivity is still a big problem, with just 29.3% of internet fixed countrywide. However, the rate at which demand grows is enormous, with the number of subscribers on LTE infrastructure increasing 200% in 2016 alone.
Current smartphone penetration is about 300 million in the region and expected to grow 3 times to about 900 million by 2025. Jumia, one of the very famous mobile app in the region, they released some numbers which said that they have seen 45% increment in mobile penetration users in the markets that they have been in Africa. So the region definitely is growing, especially with the entry of Asian players like Xiaomi, Huawei, which are producing smartphones for as less as less than $100 or so. This is all going to drive smartphone penetration in the region further. So I think the region is definitely poised for very strong tech and mobile space growth.
Women make the bulk of informal traders on the continent. Informal traders now being incentivized to get into the formal economy. However, men are still getting the better end of the bargain.
It still largely remains male-dominated. So how do we sort of help women break these entrenched hierarchies? So one way is to sort of help them start, help them become their own bosses right away. Help them become entrepreneurs right away. That's the sort of objective. There was also a World Bank report that I was reading which says that if women became entrepreneur at the same rate as men do, then global economy will be better off by $28 trillion by 2025. So you see, it's not just about establishing gender parity, but it's also so much about economical impact that we can generate globally.
Skills development has been much emphasized by business owners in a belief that it would ensure higher quality of products and promote competitiveness. However, the Women's Bakery did put in place trainings to help the employees get more skills while at work.
Everything at the Women's Bakery is built on an educational foundation. So our training program itself is usually about 3 months long. It's a very holistic and comprehensive training program. It's not just baking skills. It includes education on nutrition, life skills, business management. We actually work with a lot of women who have low literacy or no literacy, and so we also do kind of basic educational literacy skills. We do basic financial skills, and all of that is so that, yes, at the end of our training program, these women have the vocational skills to work in a bakery, but they also have expanded their general educational base so that they have skills which can be applied throughout their daily life. It's really showing the benefit of when you come to work every single day and you get that regular salary, how much that actually benefits all of your other home responsibilities and everyone else in your family. And it's also a confidence process. So getting women to the point where they see it's actually possible for me to do this. Maybe 2 years ago, they didn't think they could hold a regular job, that they didn't have the time for it. But now, once they see that they can do it and they're motivated and they see the progress they're making, they have that higher motivation to stay in that job.
In the few months I've been here, I realized financial growth, and this has played a huge role in ensuring the capability to cater for my family's well-being. I am very optimistic about the next 5 years and my children's future, because today I am saving up for their education and ultimately the financial stability for the entire family.
And that's pretty much where we leave it on this episode of Doing Business in Rwanda. Entrepreneurs are yet to see much more investment coming in with the help of startup accelerators to hasten the development of the economy. Now, if you have any feedback on this episode of Doing Business in Rwanda, you can simply send us an email to dbir@abn360.com or send us a tweet at dbirwanda. My name is Michael Mjisha, and from the entire Doing Business in Rwanda team, thank you very much for watching.